Yes, ma'am.
I've had this question for like 3 years. So.
Sure. Are you shooting video right now?
Yes, because for my friends.
No, absolutely. If I can make a recommendation, turn it sideways. It'll look better. No, it's cool. It's just I feel like only World Star Hip Hop is shot, unfortunately.
I watch a lot of World Stars.
Yeah, that might be where it's coming from. Everything else looks way better in landscapes. Yeah. LJ's got the World Star app.
So for like the longest time, I've always wondered, when you say like Sparrow lied about his major and it's working out for him,
Yeah.
what did he say it was? What is it actually, like his major? What did he say it was? What was it actually, and how is it working out for him?
You're gonna be so disappointed. Everyone's like, "Oh, it's gonna be the coolest." Like people that
I'm really hoping it's
there's gonna be this crazy scheme. It's just like he went to. I could give you an hour of background on how hilarious this guy is, but basically, he was gonna go. He got accepted to a university called Shippensburg, and was gonna go there, but then decided he didn't really know what he wanted to do, so he was gonna go to Monaco first and kind of just, which is a community college near us, and just kind of hang out, and then like flunked out of there, and then just decided he was gonna just go to Shippensburg like a year and a half later, without giving them his Monaco grades, as though he never went to community college and just like was like, I just took 2 years off and just ignored all that. And then when he got to college, he felt weird being as old as he was with no major, but he didn't have one. And people would ask what his major was, and he would say poli-sci, which was a total lie. He just felt inclined to give an answer. And now he is a pie gal dealer at a local casino,
All right.
and is developing a casino game.
It's a good end to his story.
Yeah, that's what he does. So, other questions?
Thank you.
Yes. Totally. I like your preparedness.
I got nervous the first day of the store.
Yeah?
Actually, I think so. Wait, maybe I didn't. I got nervous at some point early in the store. Yeah, it kind of changes. Yeah, Cleveland, I was like freaked out. Yeah, that was a big show.
A lot of people.
Yeah, it's like what's weird, like I find especially when it comes to that, it's not so much the stage fright, it's just when we haven't played for a while, and even though like sometimes it might seem like a couple weeks even in between tours isn't that long of a time, but even so, like you get into the rhythm of a tour, and so now we've had like 2 weeks building, so it's more excited than anything else. But even just time off, so we had like 3 months off at home before this. So like the first couple shows, even though you know everything's gonna be okay, you're just like, what's the disaster? What's gonna happen? But not yet. Not too much. I don't know. Like,
I feel like when we were younger, we got like jittery. Now I get sleepy.
no, that's actually a real thing. We were
so
talking about this.
Yeah, we get tired before we play.
Kind of, because we load in at like noon, and then we like get all our shit together and sound check, and then we kind of like sit around for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
We're like go drink coffee, and then we do this, and we sit around for a little while longer, and there's no like, I don't know, it's like a weird flow to kind of get into. So now I'm just like tired before the play. I just want to like tell Citizen to shut up and like start playing at like 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I think it also might be like some sort of like we're anticipating it and excited, but in a weird way, your body interprets that as like we're gonna make you tired now.
You should relax.
Yeah. So I'm gonna force you to relax.
Yeah, I don't know how it is for you guys too, but like if your gear's like not working right and it's like on the fritz, that always kind of makes me nervous before we go on.
Well, my gear is my
Yeah.
My gear is my throat, and if that's not working, I'm
that,
Yeah. Does that satisfy your need for answers? Do you feel satiated? Fantastic. Yeah, what's up, man?
If you all could suggest one book
What do you like?
I'm a Hemingway reader, but I also love fantasy.
So you like all the things I like.
Yeah, so why don't we just give you 5 books?
Well, I gotta be honest, I only read The Sun Also Rises, but I'm on the beginning of the cake now, so I'm gonna read.
I just like sticking on that. I'm a big Berkeley Delta. It's brutal. It'd be like 80%. I think it's really good.
In a totally different way, as far as we're talking like classic literature, Hemingway is kind of succinct in how he writes. He tries to cut out all of the fat, and if that's the kind of thing that you vibe with, then you would probably like maybe Post Office by Bukowski, because it's very straight to the point. But if you're just interested in really pretty prose and aren't concerned with like the political back to it, I think that Atlas Shrugged is like gorgeously written prose, but also at the same time polarizing politically. So if you kind of ignore the social aspect to it, and just are interested in the writing, that would be cool.
One other comment to say like sci-fi. Have you read Neil Stephenson? Give like a Anathema or Reamd a go. Just like Google Neil Stephenson. A Reamd, Anathema, what our original case, Snow Crash. He's like this brilliant dude. He does consulting work for NASA and shit. But he's also has great prose, great ideas. Give it a go. Neil Stephenson.
I'm going to recommend something that I've never read, but him and our old keyboard player love. Harry Turtledove.
Oh, the dog.
Yeah, great. I actually haven't read it, but all the things that they talk about from it, it sounds like if you're into that.
Can I bring up Turtledove real quick?
Yeah.
So I read 7 of an 8-book series by Harry Turtledove. He's crazy. The whole premise of this thing is alternative history. So it's like World War II, and then aliens invade. It's fucking wild. It is really dark because it's like, oh, we have to side with the Germans, and it's like not. There's like a lot of tension, and it's really dark, but like it's cool. It's insane. But I read 7 of the 8 of them. It was pretty fucking weird.
How old are you? You got time. Read all these
You got
things.
time. Just read them all
Plenty of
down.
time to read. If you just want something fun, Chuck Klosterman too.
Nick recommends the playthrough guide of Skywall. Skywall, whatever. That game is
Skyrim. I believe it's Skyrim. Next question, please. Yes, sir.
I want to hear are Beatles
Nothing.
Beach Boys. Do you know why Beach Boys are the coolest band? In order to find aliens, we send a signal into space. But you can't just send a tone because all sorts of things create frequencies in space. So they would find, if you were scanning in space for an alien and you found a tone, you wouldn't think anything. And you can't just send a rhythm because pulsars create rhythms. So what we send into space is
the royal, like the whole human
the
race.
whole human race sends into space pet sounds. So if you're an alien species and you're scanning the galaxy and you're like, nothing, 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 wouldn't it be nice? And you're like, oh shit! Yeah, like, they're gonna hear God only knows if they're fucking around on
Which I'm okay with, I guess.
Yeah, cool.
I mean, I'm definitely a Beatles guy, but Beach Boys are right up there.
Yeah.
I think the Stones make me uncomfortable.
I mean, realistically though, Stones are like rock and roll, straight up. You need to step back.
Such bad.
There's so
they're-
much left.
that's why they're rock and roll. You need to go back and revisit. It's a great set.
I say shit like only the Beatles when they were in suits, where it was like cute pop music, not like sitars and opiates.
They have like 4 songs for sitar.
Let's
Stuck
go.
it in it.
Do this again.
All right.
Next question before we break
Yeah.
up.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we thought that was really cool, really exciting. It was fun to do, but it was also like a super big bitch to make happen. This like did not come easily. And if anyone got that, you'll remember that you didn't get it at the show, or you did get it at the show, but it wasn't being able to mail to you. And there's all this bullshit that comes with doing that. You have to appease, appease 6 record labels and find a budget for it and find someone to partner
Bands
with.
actually have to find the time. to
Yeah,
do
there's
it.
a lot of time frame. So I would consider it 100%. The likelihood of it is a little lower because now we have it under our belt and we're probably less likely to fight for it again. But maybe. It's cool. Total maybe.
Yeah, we love doing this. That's definitely a lot of fun.
Yeah, this tour would have been cool for it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Further questions? I'll take that as well. I was very pleased with that.
I was punched for the first half, and then someone went real hard with paint on the ice maker. Yeah. So I'm gonna assume the rest of it was as
It was beautiful.
I'll find a written transcription for you later this evening. Cool. Who else? Yes? Passing it up. It is a massive envelope. I think it for it's I think for a huge oversized singing birthday card maybe.
And then I also want to know what your guys' favorite song was that you do.
To play live.
Just the one that you feel most connected with.
Or true.
By us or in general.
By you.
Mine is the devil in my bloodstream.
Mine is, oh, sorry. Local man ruins everything. This is like, you always do this. Is whatever song features you the most is what a person.
Yeah, or whichever one. I've been saying cul-de-sacs a lot, but that's because Nick started with cul-de-sacs, and I have fun playing that live. But that's not my real answer. My real answer is there. As far as like April Fool's.
There's definitely mine. What? Taking it back?
In case you already said what mine was, but I'll just say it again, cul-de-sac.
I really like the reaction on this tour to some of the older songs we've been playing. We've been playing like deep cuts, and not so much that like I think they're the best, but I just I'm tired of like people being like, "Why don't you ever play this song?" It's like, now we're playing it, motherfucker. So yeah, I like playing the older songs. Cause, you know, we were kind of playing like the same like 8-song support set list for a long time, so now it's kind of bridging out. But like we used to play Elegy and Salinger and Me vs. the Highway and some older and other weird shit. Not all in one night, don't get excited. It's fine. It's going to be a huge letdown. So, but on every night but tonight, we play really cool songs. So that's fine.
We figured we'd skip all that.
Yeah, we're only playing 6 songs tonight. That's a fact.
I've already heard 4
true.
of them, like 2 up there. So.
Who else can I help?
Oh,
Yes.
I know like with like artists and like other bands, they kind of like hate some of their older work. Do you guys ever like look back and be like, what the fuck were we thinking?
Yup.
I have a really great answer on this that I've been working on for like a while. So like, one might be referencing Get Soaked on it.
I like Get Soaked on it. Sorry.
I'm happy for you.
Okay.
Like, that's awesome.
Sorry.
But like, the thing is like, for me, Get Stoked on it was like, we were like, hey, you get to make a record. We're like, that's sick, let's do this.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like when you move out and you go to college and you're like, yo, I can eat Doritos and ice cream sandwiches. And then you do that, and then it wasn't like a super good idea. Like, it was, you did it, like you ate dinner and it felt good, but then after the fact, you're like, wow, that was a really fucking bad idea. And that's kind of how I'm paralleling it. Like, we were learning a little bit, so it wasn't, I feel, our best work, but it happened, and like, cool. I like Doritos too, and I like that record, but it's just like not a thing that you should eat all the time.
I don't call it, so it's a freshman 15.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I think that's what we're getting at.
It's not like it's not like a deep-rooted hatred. It's just kind of like that was a cool thing that happened then, and then we kind of learned from it.
I feel like we look back kind of like sillily and fondly. It's like, oh, we were little kids, made the silly record.
Yeah,
a lot of people in the period.
Yeah, you can't really hate it too. It was part of like us being here now and all of you guys being here now in a way too. It was us learning from it, so it's like in that sense, from a nostalgic standpoint,
Songs about cereal.
we might not enjoy playing those songs, you know, and versus newer ones, but it's still part of what we did in the 8-9 years that we were in the band. So in that way.
Cool. Who else has a question that I can take? Yes, sir.
So I noticed that you guys do change up the set list for this tour every single day. I mean, I was wondering if you guys do that just to keep things fresh for yourself, or just because of like set lists do get leaked online a lot. So I was
I'm not super concerned with the internet and its role in this. It's more that I'm aware that people, or not I'm aware, we are aware, that people are going to come to multiple shows. If we're doing areas like, you know, in Southern California, people could come to all 3 shows in Southern California. That wouldn't be a stretch, especially in the Northeast. And we don't want them to have to suffer through the same set a number of times. It's also fun for us to play some other songs. Keeps it a little fresher.
Yeah, and it's hard too because then if we're playing a set that's like half all of the older songs that we want to play in one half, that might be a little weird depending on, you know what I mean, depending on the area or. You know,
We're satisfying a number of needs. Hey, so we can take one more question, so it has to be the best one. Is anyone confident to say that they have the best question here? No, but your hands
Be
up.
more confident.
Your hands up.
Your hand is saying one thing, but
Yeah. I'm gonna take it.
On Greatest Generation, you mentioned your grandfather. Is that him?
No, I found that in a thrift store, I think outside Portland, Oregon.
You were sneaking
So we can probably sneak in one more. Sure. Yeah, I don't really have a sense of rhythm. That's true. That's the thing I've said in interviews. That's not a thing I had from. Yeah, I don't really have a great sense of rhythm. I say a number of times I'm not a musician. Like I'm a lyricist and to a degree a songwriter and a performer. And then these guys are what carry me.
Friends.
So it's a team effort.
It's kind of like, you know, like the hot shirtless guys that carry like the king. Like ancient Egypt. It's kind of think of it like that.
It works out. We just stare at each other.
Yeah, there's a lot of noise happening on stage, and so I can't really disseminate the fast beat. So I stare at the snare drum. We'll see what we do.
There have been multiple nights on this tour where he's just been elsewhere.
Especially too, because like, no offense, but like, you guys don't have any rhythm either, and when you clap, when you clap, it's a fucking disaster. It's like,
Now, to be fair, some of you may be on, but that doesn't mean that like the 100 people next to you are also on.
So
it's a train wreck.
Euros are way better at clapping than you guys. This is America. We got
We should really try to pull it together. I'm gonna not clap. Just know your role. And so like for me, as a man with no sense of rhythm, if I'm in an audience, I choose not to clap because I would ruin it. So let's just all know our role, and then we're gonna make it through this together. This has been a lot of fun. Thank you very much. Merch should be open upstairs and outside, or you can slam yourself against the barricade. Try not to break any of this shit, and we will see you later tonight.